Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? Guys, I honestly thought Plunderers was like on a season break, or that it was only gonna be one more episode and we were gonna get like a weird season finale that lead in. No, no. We're getting like 24 episodes, and I didn't even know until the earlier today when I saw this show finally come out. That's crazy. And I'm happy for it because, like I always say, please give us more episodes so you can take your time and flesh out every single moment to make it all feel like it's that much more hopeless or that much more powerful. Whatever the case is, more episodes usually just helps audiences, people understand more of the ideas and conventions that people are trying to put in general. So to completely just take that out by making it shorter than it should be, it just seems silly to me to just be like, okay, there's all this build up and story that's in here. You know what? Let's just skip it and start wherever we feel like. Or let's start with all that and then just not do every single thing and make it kind of lackluster. So those are the types of things I'm not looking forward to, um, if they do happen. But with Plunderers, it looks like that won't be the case. Seeing how we're going to get an interesting backstory as a whole here. Not only that, 300 years has passed, and the only thing that's really changed on Lich is his hairs, his eyes, and his power. Um, So now it's even more up in the air of what the heck is actually going on, what the heck has been going on, because not only have we seen Lich in action when there was a gun pointed and the man pretty much just jumped at the first commander he could find, even though he did have a twig and he was going to try to have a hostage that way, it goes to show you how intelligent he was not to try to chase after the guy with the gun when all you had to do is take out the guy with the gun's leader and he should follow behind soon. But in the real world, you take out a leader, and if they have enough conviction and enough drive and stuff like that, the person who was out there taking the shots and shooting would just become a leader. He would just become a commander, and then what do then? You got to take out a person that might be already onto you and shooting you. So it's really cool to see those types of things kind of pop off because now we have a good understanding of what is possible for the people here, like these military people who are training. We know that something could possibly go wrong, but we also know that one of them has made it and seemingly is the same person after all this time, 300 years into the future. So there you go. The show loves to continue to make me confused and continue to put out all these different things to really have you like head scratching and at the end of the day doubting what is possible and what isn't possible. Like, for instance, maybe the only reason why people are going to live is because for some reason they attach themselves or have some connection to the Black Hands. So the ailing or aliening or whatever they called it, the Black Hands from the future are something that showed up relatively around this time period. It showed up not long ago, and pretty much because of its appearance, caused peace among everything. Like it made people pretty much get away, give and get rid of their nukes and different types of firearms and stuff like that. So they could be peace, and that piece just went out of the window somehow, some way, which I don't think we've learned. So it's now getting to a point where they had some type of peace and some type of understanding amongst the people, but now that that understanding or whatever has come up has changed, Now they need even these young kids to go through military school so they'll be capable to handle any situations if need be. But from what I can understand with the whole turtle and hare story that we already know, the ending of his book, because it's nowhere near what it's supposed to be, um, giving the turtle pretty much the power to be able to kill the hare. We can only imagine, like he said in the previous episode, that Lich is that turtle, and whatever power he's giving Lich is going to be the power to be able to stay alive for 300 years. Not to mention the fact that the girl that is one of the aces can also be alive, or can also be, is also alive. But where did she come from? She came from the abyss. She came from that place down under, if I remember correctly. So if that is a thing, that people can live there, because remember the helicopter showed up and they pretty much, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. So that's why I hate when shows takes breaks and stuff like that. All of a sudden, I have to remember every tiny little detail, and if I don't, I come off sounding like an idiot. But yeah, after the helicopter scenario, they then wind up going against an ace, and that ace is someone that we're finding out is also here with Lich, and that is 300 years in the past. So yes, whoever becomes an ace is pretty much capable of just living for a ridiculous amount of time, and I'm guessing that is what Nana sent them here for in the first place, was to figure out why or how they can get Lich out of that situation, or maybe just stop all things from happening in the first place that happened around this military school. But it seems kind of dumb and wishful thinking to think that you're just going to send some people in there with not that much information and then they're going to change everything. And then she says it isn't a dream, and it's, you know, you can actually die if you let your guard down. So in that case, she's also thinking, since it's not a dream, things can be alternated, just like how it's not like they're seeing these characters that got sent back there as something different. They see them in their clothes that they wore from 300 years in the future and everything of the sort. So it's pretty much like they're filling in new new stuff already just by being there. There was nobody there in a military outfit playing, you know, playing soldier and stuff like that. So if you're telling me that happened without them being there, then that's stupid, because by them being there, it should alter the future and the past right now. So these are the types of things that shows usually try to stay away from, aka Rick and Morty. And you know, I might be doing reviews on that. I might not actually, because I was doing reviews and I don't really think the channel cares for it. It just more or less helped me bolster spots on my channel. So if I had missed a spot, or not missed a spot, if a show takes a break, or there's a day, if the day when Rick and Morty comes out, it's not that eventful, I'll just put it on there. But with how they deal with time travel and stuff, they don't want to deal with it, right? Because these are the types of things that come with it. Nana wants them to change the past, and by time traveling, they have already changed it, unless somehow, some way, they always did this and they ended up there 300 years ago and just didn't know it, or it had, like, you know, you see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make much sense, and the creator of this, or the thought process going into this, is in fault if they don't have really well thought out ways to make this understandable, or if they don't understand time travel, and that just by sending them there alters something, right? Like, it should alter. Like, for instance, imagine now that after she says, oh, Hana says, thank you for saving me again, he's like, again? Huh, that's weird. So he's never in his mind, he's never saved her before, and that's never happened. So when he gets to himself all the way in the future, is he gonna be like, oh, Hana, remember when I saved you back then? You know, you see, those are the dialogues that automatically make it so the story is not as good if they can't, make the time travel and stuff like that convincing, in my opinion. You can do it all you want, but if it's not well done, then you should probably put down the pen and stop using that type of way of elaborating your story. Or at least if it shouldn't have been a dream, it should have been more of something that just can't. It's the past. So to change the past means the future itself might not even come about. So where they are in the room together and all that stuff, what if the person that set up that place that they're staying in, because they changed the past, dies, and then they come back to the future where they're supposed to be and that place is not there because the person in the past died or he just never made that area. That's the tiny, tiny stuff I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about the case where if they actually take someone's life and he doesn't exist anymore in the future, right? I'm glad I got all that out. Future stuff and past stuff is really hard to deal with, including if it feels like it's already all over the place and not going well. So, with all that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening. Let me know what you think about this futuristic stuff and just traveling in the past and what they're doing, if they can even pull it off at this point, seeing how they've already altered so much of the past by them not existing there. How much more are they going to alter just by coexisting for longer than maybe they should be? So, with all that being said, everybody, take care. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I'll talk to you sooner than later. Peace.